Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about environmental advocacy. If you like this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and turn on the bell to be notified when I post a new video. So recently, a high school student reached out to me about my work in activism, and it was such a super sweet message because they found me inspiring and wanted to use sort of my experience for their earth science project. So today I wanted to share the questions they asked and my responses, and I hope they are interesting to you as well. One of their questions was, why am I an activist for climate change? And I said, I'm an activist because protesting to get climate action done is super necessary, and we need everyone out there, whether that is in person or social media wise, pushing the message of climate action now. Their other question was, how did I start my career in environmental activism? And I started my career doing this type of thing when I passed a plastic straw resolution on my campus, and that really showed me how many steps you have to go through to get something done. But to get there, I had to blog, and that's why I did a video last week on how that was super helpful for me in finding my environmental voice. But that really showed me the research that goes into planning these types of resolutions, so that's sort of how I got started. They asked me what the future of environmental activism would look like to me, and my hope is that it becomes more diverse in terms of race, gender, sexual orientation, and class, because we need people all over preaching how we need to protect the environment, and not just one person can do that. We need people from all over the place that are different than us preaching that message as well. They asked me what my favorite thing was about environmental activism, and I said it was the people I've met and the lessons I've learned. Also, I really do like making these YouTube videos. It's so important that we learn every day, and that's what environmental activism does for me. They also asked what were some of the pros of being an environmental activist, and I said some of the pros are that you learn something new every day, like that's just going to happen to you, and also you make really cool connections, whether that's in the government or people in your own community. And you utilize social media a lot, so that's a super great way to learn about new things and also see what's happening globally, so you're informed. They also asked what are some cons, because they asked about the pros, so you know we have to learn about the cons. And I said the cons were sort of the hate and disrespect you get from people. Sometimes you'll get messages that aren't really nice at all and sort of creepy, and you have to learn how to deal with them and how to sort of take that in, but also not let it damage you because you want to continue speaking up for what you believe in. Another question they asked is what I think the most important topic teenagers should be educated on about the environment, and I said hands down climate change, because it's going to kill us all if we don't do something about it. Teenagers, of course, should be taught about how their individual actions do matter and how they need to start making steps in that every day, but also they need to learn about how to call out governments and corporations for not doing their job in the climate crisis. They also asked me what I've seen progressing in the environment and maybe what laws have been involved in that process. So one of the things that I've really seen recently is the amount of laws that are popping up about banning single-use plastics, which is super great because by 2050 there'll be more plastic in the ocean than fish by weight, which is very, very scary. Also, the United Nations has a Sustainable Development Goals. I did a video on them. They're super great because by 2030, if we can achieve all of those things, we'll be good, because that's really incorporating a lot into sustainability, and it's super important that we follow those goals. However, a lot of other countries have really cut their carbon emissions or are working on doing that, teaching about climate change in schools and things like that. While the US hasn't necessarily really jumped on board, other countries have, the EU, things like that. But hopefully the US will get there one day, and it's up to us in the US to push it there. They also asked where I see the planet 100 years from now and society as a whole. And I said non-existent if we don't take action. While that may seem bleak, it's true. Our planet does not have time for us to wait and not take action. So take action today. They also asked me what I think the biggest problem is in the environment happening right now. And I said increasing carbon emissions, hands down. If we don't lower our carbon emissions, there's no telling what horrible things can happen. And we're already seeing effects of that now. So we really need to decrease our CO2 emissions. The last question they asked me is my message to teenagers today, and I said, take action now and hold adults accountable. And I hope you can do that in your own life. Hold adults in your life, government leaders, corporations accountable for the destruction they're doing to the planet. I have a quick question. Are you learning something new? Let me know in the comments below by writing fighter. When I got this email, it really made my day because it was super sweet, and it really made me reflect back on my activism journey thus far. That doesn't mean I don't have more to learn. I most definitely do. And what I hope this did for you is shows you how you can advocate for things and how it can lead to inspiring others, and maybe you're doing that right now. So keep up with all the great work you're doing to help the planet. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Next Friday, I'm going to talk about the impacts of makeup on the planet. If you want to learn about how to blog for beginners, click the video right here. Also, take a picture of this screen right now and I'll shout you out on social media. Just tag me on Instagram or Twitter. Lastly, if you've liked this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and share it with someone who could benefit. Let's make the world a better place.